Hello, fellow D&D amigos, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10 of Holy Rollerz, the D&D show about the Hallowed Council, leaders of an interfaith alliance dedicated to protecting the world of Ienia from unseelie fae, unholy devils, and underwear models, should they ever become a threat. And yes, and anything else that starts with an un.
They always
Very
do.
nice. Eventually, come on. Okay, let's go ahead and have introductions, starting with Jerry. Hopefully, Ben will join us in a little bit, but go ahead and start with JT.
Hey everyone, I am JT. I play Anduriel, and he is the vampire cleric of Naylock, the god of night and vengeance.
I'm Ryan. I play Lachlan Dulay, Bard Paladin of Sindel, goddess of love and truth.
Lame.
Jeffrey.
Yeah, I'm Jeff. I play Gizik, and I follow Sigrund, who is the Hag Mother, the goddess of women, desperate women, rune crafters, scribes, female spellcasters, and, hags and witches.
And stuff like that. Very good. And I am your humble dungeon master, Ginger, Sage of Sorcery, also known as Matt. Hopefully Ben, who plays Moralcon, will be joining us in a little bit. Now we will have a brief recap, but before that, we will introduce. Well, are we going to tell them who you are, or are we going to wait?
I think we should wait. Let's wait.
All right.
I mean,
so
those who don't know me, though, hi, I'm Maple Rose H on Twitch, but I'm Lulu as a player, so
yeah,
you're playing a surprise.
Yeah, and we're going to keep a secret because let them find out who and what she is playing at the moment. Okay, so last time on Holy Rollerz, Lachlan visited the chapel of the Abbey of Ardor with Radiant Mother Abbess Kimber Mirrorshine. The Radiant Mother questioned why Lachlan wished to become a Heartseeker Knight and asked about his role as the voice of the Divine Fellowship. She then encouraged Lachlan to trust that his appointment was the will of the gods and to show more confidence as the voice of the Divine Fellowship. The Mother Abbess explained to Lachlan that Sindel's marring of his beauty was a test meant to mirror the goddess's own lessons of humility in her mortal trials, and that the first test of knighthood was to be the test of beauty. To become a knight of Sindel, Lachlan must retrieve something of beauty from the old Adari Republic ruins beneath the Windy District. Meanwhile, Moralcon suffered a vision wherein the Abbey of Ardor fell into the 9 hells. In the throes of the vision, Moralcon fought a pain devil, which he soundly defeated. However, as the vision played out, Moralcon demolished a food pantry in the Abbey and set it on fire with his dragon's breath. Gizik struggled mightily to use his magic to pull the dragonborn cleric from the pantry to no avail. Gizik, that was when Sigrun spoke to Gizik from the rotten food Moralcon had smashed into the stone floor and instructed him to possess the dragonborn in order to co-op his vision. Gizik failed at that task, but thankfully Moralcon's vision ended shortly thereafter. And now we will jump into a segment of Anduriel, who was not to be found during most of that. And I will now invite Ben on, because it looks like he is present. So here we go. We will invite him on, and then we will segue to Anduriel. I think we have a Ben. We have a picture in Ben's window. So
his avatar looks pretty good, though.
It does.
I mean,
well,
it's like a race car driver, maybe.
There is.
Like
we have
screaming race car driver.
A pic
Screaming
in
race car
your
driver.
He's like,
window.
I don't know.
Like, I didn't expect to be driving.
It's like, what's going on?
It looks
or
like
maybe
he
it's
doesn't
a
have
little
a
road
windshield.
rage.
So it's probably just the airflow is like forcing his mouth open.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on.
The guy in front of him is on his cell phone. He's like, "You've got to make it in mine."
Well,
he sees a bunch of flies on the road and he's trying to catch him.
We'll have to do what he can. I guess we'll keep going in the meantime. So, Anduriel,
Yes.
Shortly after your discussion with Radiant Mother Kimber Mirrorshine, your shadow actually physically pulled on your arm and then slipped out the front door. Do you follow?
Say it. What? Yes, I follow. My shadow and I are quite close.
Okay. So your shadow slides down the stone steps, past the statue of Sindel as though it were lengthening from the sun's movements. And it leads up to a tree and over the wall.
I proceed to kind of slowly, carefully, but I'm going to follow where it's going, where it's leading me.
Okay, please, if you would, make an athletics check. Let's see how well you get up over the wall and the tree.
It has been a long day, so I don't know. 18. You said athletics. Can I do acrobatics instead?
You can do acrobatics.
Okay, cool. Then that is 39.
39. Okay. So you deftly leap up into the tree and you vault over the wall and land down, and your shadow continues to move past several houses. And then your shadow, it's very interesting. As you pass these houses, your shadow lifts up off of the ground and becomes three-dimensional again. And your shadow points repeatedly at a huge green banner that two men are nailing up over a doorway. And as you look around at what your shadow points to, you see green decorations going up all around the buildings around you. And you have a little flashback. You think that it means something. Would you please make a knowledge history check, or just a history check?
St. Patrick's Day.
What?
St. Patrick's Day.
Hey, spoiler alert, bro.
Jeez,
Gosh,
man.
dang it. That is I am trained. That is a 20.
That is a 20. Okay. So with a 20, you know that the green decorations that people are putting up are very much out of season. They are part of the Festival of Green, which is a springtime kind of celebration that people do in the Adari Republic. It's kind of like their biggest holiday of the year. The Festival of Green is a time when they celebrate life coming back to the earth. In some places, Bestera is worshipped as a protector of life and goddess of the harvest also, even though that may not be what she has dominion over. The halflings in particular call her Yandala, and they worship her as the provider as well as a protector. And so this festival is a big deal. This festival is also really in the wrong month. Usually might see this in the 5th month of the year, somewhere preceding the harvest. It is in autumn. We're 2 months into autumn right now, and it is the wrong time of year. And people are putting up banners, and the decorations are going up regardless.
And then
so
that's
your shadow points to the banner that it's putting up, and then your shadow transforms into Morokhan's image, his silhouette, and then into one that is unmistakably Lachlan playing a yarding, and then one into Gizik and brings up claws and points to the banner again.
Okay. And Duriel is kind of considering all this. Perhaps, do I speak to my shadow?
You never have before.
Yeah, I don't know if this is the time to start. Okay. Well, I'm going to go and get a closer look at the banner.
Okay.
See if I can read it.
You get a closer look at the banner, and what you basically see is just a beautiful green silk sash, and it says Festival of the Green, or just Festival of Green, depending on where you look at the banner. They're quite clearly that celebration's decorations. And as you approach, your shadow darts down another alley.
Can I talk to one of the people setting the banner up?
You could, yeah. There are
Can I
two
try
men
to?
standing right there. Yeah, sure.
Okay. I want to ask, Andrea's going to try and get their attention. Excuse me, sir. What is all this about? This is the wrong time of year for this celebration, is it not?
Okay, so you talk to this gentleman as he's kind of like climbing up the ladder, and he's sticking it up there, and he's like, I hate putting this up every year. Now it's twice a year. And, you hear grumbling as you approach. And the other gentleman, who is significantly younger, like pimply teenager, is just trying to hold everything perfectly. What it looks to be is a very classic father and son decorating scenario, where the father is a grouch and the son is just trying very carefully to find the right tool so he doesn't get in trouble. So Anyway, he's putting it up, and you turn around and he goes, "What do you want?"
What do you mean what I want? I just told you what I want, you fool.
You're a fool. Yeah. Who asked you for help?
What are you talking about? Why are you even setting up these decorations in the first place? This is the wrong season.
He's like, "You think I don't know it's the wrong season? You think
I had my suspicions.
All right, we all walk lockstep with what the priests tell us to do. I'm just putting up. We have to celebrate the High One. Yay, it's a new demigod, and I have to work twice as hard."
Wait a moment. This directive comes from the High One?
No, this direction comes from the temple, like every direction does, from the halls of protection.
Very strange. Is this the first year that you've had to celebrate multiple times?
He looks at you and cocks his eyes like, "Are you new? Where are you from, stranger?"
I am new. Yes.
Well, that's obvious.
Good. I am new. Is this a common occurrence here, or is this the first year?
He says, "Well, this is the first year when we've ever had it twice in a year. I don't know where he expects us to find all the money for this. We're not getting any donations for it."
Very interesting. I'd ask if you needed any help, but it looks like you've a fine helpmate here, so I will excuse myself. Thank you.
All right, you say that, and as you're walking away, the son goes, and he tries to hold up the banner. His dad yells, "Hold it up, straighter! I said drop it!" It's just this back and forth going on right now. So then what do you do?
And Duriel's going to follow his shadow.
Okay, you follow the shadow at not a very far distance from the abbey. Really, it's not more than a couple of blocks that you follow. And then what happens is your shadow leads you to what looks to be a rundown building or a rundown estate. It's pretty dilapidated. There's a path leading up to the main doors, but the estate, you can see from the side, one of the windows, the higher windows, has been shattered. It just doesn't look very well. Part of the roof is caved in. It's just kind of a mess. And your shadow slips up over the wall, and it slides up the wall again, like it's being, like poured onto the wall, like this, like it's just casting it over. Slides up over the wall.
Oh, why has my shadow led me to the ogre's house? Oh well. So he's gonna follow.
Okay. All right. So, you end up following. I'm assuming are you going to go over the wall, or are you going to go through the gate? The gate's open. I mean, it's practically falling off of its hinges. Looks rusted. The iron is worn down.
My shadow went over the wall.
Your shadow went over the wall.
I'm going over the wall.
Okay, make an athletics check for me, please, or an acrobatics check.
I fail my acrobatics check. That's a natural 1. I'm going through the gate.
Okay, so you leap up to the wall and you grab hold, or at least you think you do, but instead your fingers sink in and you fall on your butt, and you take 1 point of falling damage.
And then I look around to see if anybody saw.
Right, we're good. Well, doesn't look like anybody. It doesn't look like there are a lot of people around this area.
Because that would have been another point of damage, just like ego damage. But
that's psychic, psychic damage. Yeah.
Through the gate we go.
Okay. So through the gate, you head through the gate, and I need to make a check now. Okay. All right. So you head through the gate, and there's a pathway that leads you up to the main double doors that lead into this dilapidated building. The area that is not the gravel path that you're looking at is horribly overgrown. It's all difficult terrain. I mean, it's just awful. I mean, it's a big mess. There are 2 trees, fruit trees in the front, that are completely they're overgrown. They're completely wild growth is all over the place. It's just a total mess. And anyway, you do not see your shadow by the entrance.
I'd like to see if I can locate my shadow.
Okay.
Like look around, perception and check, I guess. Is that
Yeah.
okay? Different dice than the other one. Okay, that's a 27.
Okay. Alrighty. You catch sight of your shadow moving on the left side of the building.
I am going to carefully. I feel a little bit like Peter Pan right now.
Yes, you do. And
Try to put it on with soap. No, I'm gonna follow my shadow.
okay. You follow your shadow, and it slips through that broken window on the left side of the building.
Okay, creepy building, all by myself. It's about right. Okay,
Okay.
I'm gonna try and follow it through the window.
Okay. You look through the
Is it
window.
big enough?
The window is huge.
Okay.
It's two full squares. So it's just about almost like 10 feet wide. It's this building clearly used to be some kind of estate that has gone to ground.
Okay.
A lot of damage significantly. But in any case, you step through the window, and Maple H, what does he see by that box of kittens?
Right next to the box of kittens, he sees what looks like a pile of rags. But you'll probably start to realize that there are two kittens crawling all over this pile of rags, and it is giggling and whispering.
The pile of rags is giggling and whispering.
There's like a big mound of, faintly pink colored rags.
Does the pile of rags seem to be disturbed by Anduriel's entrance into the building?
What's that perception? Were you weren't particularly quiet coming in, were you? You'll see it sort of freeze for a moment, and then very slowly you'll notice that the hood of the top of the pink of the rags comes off, and you see Sabella.
And for those of you who may be watching or watch this later, Sabella Gable is the daughter of the Night Lord, whose mother was possessed, and who may be a chosen of the god of thieves and fate, Morpheus.
Okay. Real quickly, is my shadow back to normal, or is it still kind of leading?
Your shadow's gone.
It's completely gone.
You can't see it anywhere.
Okay. All right. So the hood comes off. Oh, for the love of Shadow, what are you doing here?
Hi. Are the others here?
No, it's just me. Again, what are you doing here?
Oh, I didn't want to talk to you.
The
They told me you were coming, but I don't want to talk to you.
Wait, who
Is the
told you I was-
dragon here?
Hold on. Who told you I was
Is
coming?
Moroccan here? The
No.
voices.
Oh no. What voices?
My voices. They told me to come and care for the kitties. And she'll hold one up. See, isn't he cute?
I suppose. How did
You don't like
get...
kittens?
Yeah. Is it a surprise if I tell you I don't care for kittens? Is that a big surprise to you?
I don't think I trust anyone who doesn't like kittens.
Okay, Sabella and Anduriel, as you step in and you start talking, several of the kittens turn to you and they go, and they start squirming. The one that you're holding in your arms, Sabella, starts squirming.
Oh, they don't like you, and I'll put it down carefully and start trying to pet them.
Yes,
it's okay. He's just mean and nasty.
I can see that.
We'll wait till the dragon man comes. Don't worry.
Does your father know you're here?
No.
Okay. How did you get here? How did you get here?
Well, so I told the cook's daughter that we were going to play dress ups because I knew that I had to come here, and we were playing dress ups and we swapped dresses, and then I took her dress, but don't worry, she had my dress, so it was fine. So then I left the castle because everyone thought that I was the cook's daughter. And then I told the fishmonger that as the cook's daughter, I had to do an errand. And then when I was doing on the errand, I got into the fisher's boat, and then from the fisherman's boat, I got down the river, and then when I got down the river, I met a bunch of travelers, and I was like, hey, and then they kind of took me to the city, and I knew I had to go to this city, and then when they were trying to find out who I belonged to, I just kind of left. How did you get here?
That was actually more of a concise response than I was anticipating. All right.
Thank you.
I traveled with the group. I traveled with the Hallowed Council. You knew we were coming here. Did you know we were coming here?
I knew that I would see you.
Because of the voices.
Why wouldn't I?
You, the creepy girl, are hearing voices. I think that we should have you go to the dragon, actually. Yes, let's go find the dragon. I think that's a good idea.
I don't like you. I'm not going with you.
Okay.
You have to apologize.
For what?
For calling me creepy.
Are you creepy? You don't see yourself
And you have
as
to
creepy?
apologize to the kittens, each one.
Oh my.
Now.
Oh my
She
goodness.
stomps her foot.
Sorry, kitties, that you have to be here. There. Is that sufficient?
And to me.
Sorry, girl.
Sabella.
Sorry,
Lady Sabella.
Sorry, Lady Sabella, your ladyship. Can we go find the dragon so you can...
I shall consider forgiving you.
That is quite regal of you, your ladyship. Please, can we leave this creepy... Can we leave this creepy place?
Yes, you may carry me.
Oh.
Okay, now let's see. Looks like Ben is ready, so I'm going to invite Ben again. Hopefully he is no longer having any issues watching the jazz. I mean, technical issues.
How dare you, sir?
See if that begins to function. Okay.
Impugn his good name.
So, there he is.
Hey, it's Ben.
Okay, that's good.
Whoa.
Welcome. Welcome and joyfulness. Okay, so Anduriel, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
Okay, let's perceive
It's not
it up.
Sabella, it's a demon. I mean, what?
No, don't. That's not cool. Perception plus 10, 23.
Okay. Alrighty. So, Anduriel, you become aware of somebody sneaking up behind you. And
not cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to acrobatics my way out of that situation. If I can, I probably have to do a check, right? Let me see if I have success.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to go, if the person's sneaking up behind me, the thought for Anduriel, duck and roll, and kind of come up facing the person or thing.
All right, so that will have you leaping over the box of cats and Sabella.
Fine.
So yeah, go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
Okay, that is 19.
Okay, so you quite easily vault over the cat. Sabella, Anduriel leaps clean over you and lands right behind you, effectively using you as a shield against whatever was coming for him. What a hero. Now, you both see a really disturbing looking person walk in through the broken window area. There's no glass practically left in it. But stepping through there looks to be an adult human female with curly ringlets of hair like Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. And except this is curly-haired little Nellie. She wears one of those cutesy little girl dolls that's got, a poofy skirt that is above her knees. And, it's got that taffeta underneath it. So it's got all kinds of body, and she has red circles and thick red circles colored on her face and horrible display of lipstick. She looks for all the world like a 25-year-old woman who's dressed up like a little girl. And you leap over and she goes, "No fares! You jump and you jumped over the kitties. I was sneaking." And she stomps her foot at you and goes, "I don't think I likes you."
What in the world is going on? What?
Sabella reaches down. The crates are broken, right?
Which crates are you talking about?
The crates near me?
You mean the one with the cats or the one behind you?
The one behind me.
Yeah, they are well, they're intact. You could climb them. There are holes in them, but they are intact.
I'm gonna look for something to grab and like a stick or something and like hold out at her.
Yeah, you can easily. Well, I mean, I guarantee you that Sabella has managed to find any number of makeshift weapons. So,
Kind of. a thing.
Okay, she whips one out of her cook's daughter's dress
okay.
and says, "No."
Okay. So you say that, and Sabella, you become aware of somebody who is up on that rise that is at the end. There are two staircases that are leading up to the left and to the right of this room. And up on that ledge with a broken banister in several places is a man in a kind of looking like a sailor's outfit with an eye patch over him. And you say no. And he says, this will all go a lot easier if you just hand over the cat. And then Anduriel, he stops and he looks down at you and he glares and he shakes his head and he snarls. He goes, "I'll suck you his teats on a first day morning. What the hell are you doing here?"
You said a bad word.
Is that what she says? Okay. You
Yes,
say
you
that,
did.
and the 25-year-old child-dressed woman behind you goes
Ugh.
and giggles.
Okay.
And he goes, "Look, just pack up your holy symbols and your incense and leave. All I want is the cats." And the adult woman behind goes, "Mice want the little girl to play with too. Hers be so naughty, taking our little kittens from us."
Hold on. The
I didn't
cats
take them.
you can have. The girl you may not.
Okay,
We will
Sabella.
leave.
Anduriel
Mhm.
says that, and the voices say to you, "You can't let those two cats go. That would be terrible. Who
I
would
know,
look
I
at
know, I won't.
Who would take care of them if it weren't for you? You better bring them with
No
you."
one.
Little girl, who are you talking to?
The voices say, and then she takes the two kittens that she knows off by heart and stuffs them in her dress.
Okay. All right.
No, we can leave the cats. We need
No,
to leave.
no, not these two.
Why not? Why not? The voices in your head?
Are smarter than you. Although that's a low bar, but
Maybe they
smarter
could have
than the dragon.
Maybe they could have the. Well, never mind. I like her. Okay.
Okay.
We're leaving, Sabella. We are
Okay,
leaving.
Anduriel, stepping through the broken window all the way on the other side of the building by that fallen bookcase, you see a very familiar looking Fey gentleman who is dressed in a beautiful red velvet suit with a white cloak, the color of clouds. And you think you might recognize him. Go ahead and make a perception check, and let's see how well you recognize him.
24.
Okay. You recognize Bindlesticks, the she warrior that serves the piper, the one that you saw in the garden of Lysinopril the wizardess, where you actually made the covenant with the piper and drank from the chalice. So he says, "Fiorine, does she have to come with us every time? Can't Fostikins find someone with more bats in her belfry?" And then the little girl, adult woman, says, "Mine's gonna poke your eyes out, Bindlesticks."
It looks like you three all have some things to work out. The little girl and I are going to leave.
Okay, Furine picks up his chakram and he goes, "Just leave the cats, have the little girl drop them, and you can go." And the girl that's standing in the window behind you stamps her foot again and goes, "Nose, nose, nose, nose. I want a playmate." And Bindlesticks just shakes his head like this and does headache massage across the hallway.
What are the cats to you? The little girl has a condition. She needs these cats. What are they to you?
Okay, Furine looks at you with that one eye, the patch over, and he goes, "I'm humane. I want to take care of the kitties. Just hand them over and you can go." Okay?
Oh, Sabella, are you quite sure we can't just leave the cats?
Okay, Sabella, the voices say to you, "Can't leave the cats. No one will take care of them but you."
It's okay. I'm in charge. I'm a lady. And she
What?
says it out loud.
Is there anything we can do other than giving you the cats? Perhaps you all can hang out with me for a while, and the girl and the cats can go. A girl and a cat, you can't separate them. Come on.
Okay. Furine looks over and says, "Luella, Bindlesticks, be careful. He's undead. He'll bite you and try to drain your blood. Don't be afraid of him, though. He's as vulnerable to a blade as anyone else." And then he lifts up his chakram and he gets ready to throw. And he goes,
Okay.
"Last chance, priest."
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and do an intimidate check.
Okay.
Okay, that is a 24. And Daryl's going to say, "You don't think that I'm a threat. You shouldn't be scared of me." Those are wise words from a coward. I will tell you this one time. I will give you one chance. I am undead. I am a hunter of the undead. If you try to move against this little girl, you will feel the full wrath of myself and Naylock coming at you.
Okay. The little girl behind you, the adult little girl, she holds up a doll that's dressed just like she is in the same kind of poofy legs. And she says, "Mrs. Doolittle wants to murder your face." And then she giggles and she looks up at Furine. And he looks up and he says, "You're outnumbered, vampire."
Sabella takes a little bottle that looks like a bottle that is far too fancy for someone her age to have. In fact, you believe that you may have seen Lavender have it last time.
Sticky
And
fingers.
it is a potion of Flask of the Dragon's Breath.
Okay.
And she drinks it.
Oh boy.
Okay. This is going to be fun. All right. We will now switch over.
Morocon approves.
Yay.
So Morocon, Gizik, and Lachlan. Lachlan, you and Radiant Mother, Kimber Mirrorshine, came running down the way. And as you came running down the way, you come upon Morocon in a mess of just disgusting, rotten, like burned potatoes. He has absolutely destroyed the pantry that was next to the kitchen. And Morocon is covered with yuck, and Gizik is standing there, and Sir Jacqueline is there also. She came running down the hall back with her longbow and was getting ready to shoot Morocon when he kind of came out of it. And she says, "He is crazy! He has destroyed the entire temple!" And the Radiant Mother goes, "What in the name of love is going on?"
Gizik, someone please tell me that you saw that pain devil.
Something was happening.
Do I look like I've just been through a battle?
With the pantry, yes.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
like I'm not at full health right now. So.
You look like you fought the Condiment King, dude. You're like covered in you're covered in ketchup and potato fragments and rice and you're just a mess.
You're welcome.
And-
I've just saved you all from the Hamburglar.
And the Radiant Mother, she looks in at the pantry and looks at you, and she says, "A pain devil? You say there was a pain devil here?" And she looks at Sir Jacqueline. She says, "A pain devil? Where is it? Where is it gone?"
Oh, he's gone.
Okay.
Is Lachlan right there?
Yeah,
Is Lachlan in the
Lachlan,
hallway with us?
Lachlan's
Okay.
right there.
I'll say it out loud, but I'll think I'm saying it through the mind link. And I'll just tell him, I think I know how to find this knight of hell. I think I can suss out friend and foe. I just need to hear them speak.
Okay. She says, "That is invaluable. However, I'm more concerned for the pressing moment about where is the pain devil? Are they on the grounds? Where are they?"
Well, he's looking around now and seeing the state of the pantry and the fact that he's no longer in. Where was I? Was I in Avernus?
You thought you were in the 9 hells. Your check was not high enough to determine a level.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm clearly back here. But I heard a hissing and I started following it. And it got louder and louder until I walked into the pantry. And then I was suddenly in the 9 hells. And I was fighting a demon. And he looked a pain devil, and he looked really familiar.
Okay. So she looks at you, and the Radiant Mother nods, and then she looks at Sir Jacqueline, and she says, "Jacqueline, gather what paladins are here. I want the entire ground search. First, we secure the area, and then we will attend to the story." And then she looks at you, Moralcon. She reaches behind her, and even though there's absolutely nowhere she could have been carrying this, she pulls out a scourge from behind her and goes and cracks it on the floor, and it lengthens. And you're like, where was she holding that? Right? There's no way she could have been hiding that anywhere that you could see. And,
How similar does that scourge look to the devil that I was fighting?
Not anything like it.
Okay, good.
The devil's weapon was a rusted, horrible iron thing. This looks as though it's been lovingly crafted, and it has holy symbols and roses etched into it. It's actually quite beautiful. It looks almost like the thorns of a rose vine have been woven together to form the weapon. And yet you can tell it's made of leather, but it's constructed beautifully. And she takes off down the hall, and she says, "If the three of you would not mind searching the foyer and the entryway, and we'll reconnoiter here in a few minutes." And then she takes off down the hallway. Gizik, you, as she walks away, catch sight of something really disgusting. You're kind of lingering in the entry to the pantry as Moralcon is kind of standing down the hallway now, and you see the rotten potatoes and rice kind of gather together again, and it forms into a tiny little hag shape, and it goes crawling up the side of your green cloth armor, and it lands on your shoulder, and it goes, "The vampire's in trouble. Go!" And it tugs on you and points out the door. "Run, you idiot!" And it slaps you in the back of the head. We can't hear you, Jeff. You're muted.
Oh, all right. Looks like it's got reversed. So that's just on one shoulder.
Yeah, it's on
Do
one
I get
shoulder.
somebody on the other shoulder to give me the good advice?
No, unfortunately, you only get one shoulder. Sigrun only comes in one fashion.
All right. I'll do what she says. I'll start running to down the hall, I guess. I'm not sure where
Okay.
I'm headed.
Gizik bolts down the hall with like a lump of rotten potato on his shoulder. And Gizik, as you're running, she screams in your ear, "Faster, stupid, you worthless tub-thumping lep!"
Oh my.
I'm already running.
Yeah.
Wow.
She seems nice.
Okay. And anyway, Gizik runs past you. He runs away. Gizik runs down the stores, down the pathway, and out of the abbey.
Is no one else seeing this? Well,
Maybe there was a devil. He seems certainly disturbed.
yeah. So, should we follow? Should we follow Gizik, or should we stick around?
If you don't run now, you're gonna, at the pace that he is being driven, if you don't run now, you're gonna lose him real fast.
I want to follow him, but I'm thinking he's under the effect of some kind of fear. He didn't exactly say anything. He just took off. He's not the track athlete kind of hag here. So
Well, he's Carl Lewising his way down the walk. Okay, Gizik, you get to the end of the walkway and the walls of the Abbey of Ardor, and she goes, "Right!" and slaps you with a potato hand in the side of the face.
All right. I go skidding around the corner and keep going.
Okay, you keep going, and she goes, "With friends like you, who needs enemies? Hurry!"
I will, once I can get within earshot of him, I yell, Gizik, come back! Don't be afraid.
I say,
Lachlan, as you are watching Gizik run away, you can swear the lump of potatoes gives you the bird, like on the side, and you're like, that can't be it. But
He's going full hobbies. I'm going on an adventure.
like, well, no.
okay.
I'm
Well, I'm
going
not
to
sure
keep
what
running
this-
and hope they catch up.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to make athletic checks to see how fast you get or cover the several blocks. You may either make an athletics or an acrobatics check, and your check will determine how fast you get to Anduriel.
Well,
Everybody
it's
tell
not
me
going
what
to
you
be
get.
acrobatics.
Tell me what you get, and I'll tell you how fast you get there.
22.
22.
28.
Ooh.
Ooh. Gizik, you are hauling butt. Okay. Okay.
And somehow that
23.
doesn't really help Sagrun. She's still like prodding me.
Okay. Morocon and Lachlan, you will arrive in 2 rounds. Gizik, you are running to beat the devil. Literally, you will be arriving in 1 round. So, Gizik, you are crashing into things as you're going. You're leaping over. You run past several Hope Maidens of Bestera who are like, "Oh!" like, as you run by. And Sagrun looks at them and goes, "Nah."
That's fine. I think I can crash through things pretty effectively, but trying to jump over them just doesn't work.
Okay, you are making a breakneck pace, and you will arrive within 1 round. All right,
Hopefully not my
Anduriel,
neck.
we are going back to you, Anduriel, and they are not intimidated, and it is, in fact, initiative.
All right. $18, 24, 27.
All right, Anduriel, 27. Sabella,
She is 13.
ooh,
She's stealthy.
okay. Lachlan, Morocon, Gizik, anyone?
They're still running. They're out of breath. They can't keep up.
Did you say 12?
Wait,
I said 12.
Okay.
It's
What
not
the
a
heck?
skill check.
Apparently, Lachlan's been doing all lifting and no cardio. So
Ooh, don't skip cardio day. It's like
You
leg day. You
skip-
got to do it. You really
you
just got to
skipped
do it.
cardio. Okay, moral con.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Savage.
13 as well.
Oh.
Hey.
All
What
right.
up?
Gizik,
Well,
It's important to
yeah.
be well-rounded in your
Another
workouts,
athletics
guys.
check. 29.
29 an initiative check, my friend.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking you were just asking for initiative and for Manduriel at first. I think that should be a 19
Runs
then.
past
Let
the
me double
block.
check.
All right.
Oh no, it's 21.
Ooh. All right. Now, I will, because these are very distinct individuals, I will be rolling their initiatives separately. So we will start with Mad Luella, and she gets a 24.
Dang, Luella.
No. Denied.
All right, that is Mad Luella Pratchett. And Furine, is moving slow. He gets himself a 10.
Hooray, we're not the only one that skipped leg day.
Okay. And Bindlesticks gets himself an 18.
Bindle sticks.
All right, Anduriel, my friend, it appears as though you have one initiative.
Okay.
They are moving on you. And when I say they, I mean Mad Luella behind you is quite clearly not going to be contained.
Okay, where everybody is.
Okay. Mad Luella is right outside the window. She is in square 8A.
Okay.
Okay. Furine is up on the balcony. He is in square H2, standing at the edge.
Okay.
Bindlesticks has come through the other broken window. He is in square S13. Anduriel, you are in square 9E. Sabella is in square 9D. You vaulted over her. Anduriel, you get the very distinct impression that Mad Luella is not going to think twice about harming Sabella.
Okay.
Now, before you take your turn, I have to ask, Sabella, do you view Anduriel as an ally?
Yes.
Okay. All right. While you are standing next to Sabella, because she views you as an ally, Anduriel, you are in her aura. What does it do, Sabella?
You get greater advantage on all D20 rolls,
Okay.
as long as you're within 2 squares of me.
And as long as you are the designated ally, if somebody else shows up, she might change her mind. So, Anduriel, you are feeling crazy lucky right now.
Okay. Well, that being the case, I think. Well, first thing he's going to say is he'll look down at Sabella. Just go, little girl, I'm going to distract the big one, the big ugly one. You get out the doors as fast as you can. And he's going to attack Mad Luella with Divine Juggernaut.
All right. Mad Luella, what defense does that target?
It's just AC.
All right, her AC is 18, my friend.
Oh, that is a 5.
Unfortunately, that... did you roll twice?
Oh, no, I got my ring. I need to roll twice.
No, you're in Sabella's aura. So
My aura.
technically, you could roll 3 times.
Okay, well, hopefully I don't need to. Hopefully... That is a 3. I'm changing dice.
Last roll, my friend. You activate your ring.
Activate my ring. Sweet. It's a 19. That's a vampire. No, it's a weapon attack.
Okay.
So that is a 29.
All right. That will hit.
Okay. So let me just roll the damage, and then I'll kind of describe what happens here. Now for this, sorry, real quick, I can use my kukri, but not the Leviathan's Tooth, or can I use the Leviathan's Tooth since it's a weapon attack?
You can use any weapon for the weapon attack.
I'm going to use the Leviathan's Tooth and activate it on this.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna flatten Mad Luella? Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
okay.
Okay, so that's 1d6, 1d4. 12, and then 7, 19.
All right. So are you going to move to attack her then?
Yes, I'm
All right.
going to
Enduriel moves into square.
B8.
All right. Enduriel moves into the window or right in front of the window pane area.
And so he tells Sabella to once I've got this, I've got the big one down, you need to get out as quickly as you can. And so then he kind of looks up, and that shimmer, it's not a sparkle or anything like that.
You sure it's not a sparkle?
No, I'm pretty sure it's a shimmer. There's kind of a dull white shimmer, so not quite super bright, but it kind of comes over him, and his eyes change from being just normal eyes, and they kind of take this silvery sheen, and he just shouts out, "You will not harm the girl!" And he runs over with the Leviathan's tooth, jumps up, and smashes it down on her sternum, and then you hear that eerie noise whenever the Leviathan's just like, and then boom, you see a shockwave go out.
Sabella, a terrifying monster roars inside of a whole area. It is loud, and it shakes the roof in very disturbing ways.
I hug my kittens and tell the voices that I'm scared.
Okay. How much damage, Enduriel, does it do?
The attack did 19,
All of it.
but I did not add the Leviathan's tooth to that.
You mean you haven't rolled damage yet, or
I rolled damage, but just for the 19. It did 19 damage.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Okay, so 19 points of damage, and you activate the magic of the tooth. It roars and it flattens her. Sabella, Sabella, you are pushed back by an unseen force into square 9E. So just one away from the box of kittens. The box of kittens, Sabella, is tumbled over, and the cats, the little kittens that were in there, other than the two that you have with you, they tumble out, and the kittens go falling all over the place.
Okay, I start yelling directions to them like they can understand me. I'm like,
Okay.
go left, go left, go left.
Okay, you say you're scared, and the voices say, you don't have to be scared. Help is on its way. Just stay safe. Okay. And that is Enduriel's turn. Enduriel, anything you want to do with your minor action? Anything else?
He's just going to turn and yell, "Go! Go!"
Okay. Mad Luella is flattened into the ground, and she's really upset about that. And there is not a whole lot that she can do, flattened into the ground and restrained. But I'll tell you what she's going to try to do, Enduriel. She is going to use Gift of Shared Madness, because that's all she can do from where she is. What is your will?
It is 22.
Okay. So she looks at you, Enduriel, and she's pushing against the force of the Leviathan's tooth as she's prone, and she goes, and starts screaming. And her screams are invading your head, and for a minute, you feel like you are losing your grip on insanity. You think for a minute you might be a little girl, and then for a minute you think you might be a dragonborn, and then you're not even sure you're real. And
then you hear Sabella's voices.
And Sabella, you are lucky that you got pushed because you are outside of the aura of that burst. Now, restrained is a -2 to attack, right, Ryan? All right. Ooh, that's a 25 versus will. Does that hit your will?
Sure does.
Okay. Anything you want to do to interrupt that, or can?
I'd love to.
But
But I
Methinks
cannot.
you have nothing. Okay, so you will take you will take 17. You will take 27 points of psychic damage, Enduriel.
Okay.
And until you save, you will be making melee basic attacks and opportunity attacks against whomever is closest to you.
Including her?
Including her.
Okay.
Yes. But that's
Cool.
all she could do lying down where she is. And she, of course, will stay pinned. And that is her turn. Now it is Bindlestick's turn. And what does Bindlesticks want to do? What does he want to do? All right. I think Bindlesticks is going to move to try to intercept Sabella. So he's going to take the run action, and he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He moves into square 13G. So Sabella, he moves to kind of corner you and try to block your way. And he draws a rapier. And he goes, "Come on, little girl, just give me the kitties. I just want your kitties. That's all I need to do. Kitty, kitty, kitty." And
That sounds so disturbing, even with context.
and he doesn't seem to be, he doesn't look nearly as menacing as Mad Luella, but you definitely get that fey capriciousness about him. Like he's a fey immortal creature, and your life as a mortal doesn't seem to matter to him very much. You kind of get that feeling of menace. And there he sits. And then that is all he will do on his turn, is move to intercept you. Now it would be your turn, Sabella.
Okay, well, Sabella has drunk the flask of dragon's breath.
Okay.
And she's kind of been like swallowing it down. She didn't really know what it was because she can't read that well. And now she feels kind of sick, and there's this man yelling at her, demanding kittens. And so, in probably not the most graceful way, she looks at him and starts to cry, and then vomits the blast all over him.
Okay. What is the blast range? Does it say on the flask?
It is 3, so she probably takes a few steps closer.
Okay. All right. Tell us where you want her.
1, 2, 3. Let's not get her too close. 1, 2. Let's put her in E12.
Okay.
Is that right?
Yep. E12. All right.
F12.
Sabella moves to E12, right in front of Biddlesticks, and goes, "Bleh."
And vomits this blast
Okay.
all
Make
over
your
him.
attack roll.
Heck yeah, I will. Alrighty. Okay, +5. Natural 20 +5.
Ooh,
25.
back it up, sister.
Feel like I hit it. Okay. Let's do it again. Come on, dice. No, that's okay. I rolled a 3.
Still.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But you hit. That's the point.
I did hit.
It's still a crit.
Still, it's not as exciting, but
It's actually
Okay,
not a
and-
crit. She didn't back it up.
Gotta back it up.
she's only a little.
I blame Ryan. Yeah.
And it's
I
too much
blame
pressure.
Ryan.
Okay. So close blast is a level +5 versus reflex. Okay, and then 1d6 plus Constitution modifier. That's a 6 plus a Constitution,
All right.
which is she's tough when she tries. 6, so that's a 12.
All right. 12 points of fire damage to Bindlesticks. He hates that. Does it say anything else? Does it set him on fire, or is that it?
Attack close blast 3. Creatures in the blast.
Okay.
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. But
All
he is
right.
also covered
So-
in Sabella's vomit, so
It's too bad you were vomiting, because I would have liked to hear her take on his name.
Take on
Would've been
what
cool.
name? Bindlesticks?
Bindlesticks.
Okay. Now, one more thing I want you to check on your potion. Is it a minor action to use that?
Yes, so she has an attack left.
Yeah, you still have a standard action.
Cool. So she is going to do that, and then
That's
sorry,
just
there's a
like
lot
my.
left.
That's just like
through.
my dragon breath. That's awesome.
Well, that's
and then
why
she's
it's a
going to
potion
do
of dragon
death by 1,000 questions,
breath. Okay.
which is at will.
Okay.
I need to roll
All right.
to hit that, don't I?
Yes, the attack bonus is right there on the power.
Got it. Okay. 11. Right there, plus 7. 18.
Okay, you
That's
got
not
him.
taking me that long. Oh,
You
yeah.
got him. What does it
I
do?
do. It does a 1d10 plus 7, and it grants me combat advantage, and he takes a -3 to attacks until the end of my turn.
A lot of things.
Ouch.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
She has some powers. 3 plus 7, 10.
Ouch. All right, now tell us what kind of questions you're asking him.
So he looks like a fae, and she goes, "You look like a fairy I read about in my fairy tale books. I don't feel good. Do you have healing magic to make me feel better? Do you have candy? I want some." And then she says, "What's your name? Is it a fairy name?"
Okay, so she's peppering him with questions, and it doesn't look, Andrea, all it looks like to you is that she vomited fire all over him and was like, and then she starts very calmly asking him all these questions, and he's like, oh.
But it's like, you know when kids start asking you questions when they've got a cold, so it makes no sense.
Yeah.
But like, there's no linear reasoning to these questions. It's just like, are you a fairy prince?
Yeah.
Do you have a unicorn?
Okay, so he can't even think, Anduriel, he's shaking his head and screaming, and he goes, "Furine, you didn't say she was going to talk so much!" And just shakes his head back and forth. And now it would be Furine's turn. And what is he going to do to you, Anduriel?
Nothing.
Leave.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, you know
Yeah.
what? You're right. I'm wrong here. I should leave."
All right. Anduriel, Furine chucks his chakram at you.
What a jerk.
That is a 21. Does a 21 hit your AC?
Yes. Yes, it does.
All right, Anduriel, you take 16 points of damage as his chakram slices across the back of your neck and goes sailing back and flies back up to his hand, magically returning. And yeah, and it looks pretty painful. Okay, and
That's just great.
yeah, so and that will be his turn. He is content to stay where he is at the moment, out of everybody's reach. All right, back up to the top. Gizik, you have arrived, my friend. There are only 2 entrances, and Sigrund is going to direct you to the right. So, Gizik, you show up in square T13. All right. And unfortunately, Anduriel, there's boxes blocking your vision. You have no idea that Gizik is here. And Sabella, at the beginning of the round, you hear your voices say to you, "See, I told you, I sent help. You're going to be fine. Just stay safe."
Sabana like wipes some vomit off her face and goes, "Okay."
Anduriel, it's your turn, my friend.
Oh, my turn. Oh.
Yep,
very
top of the
nice.
round.
I think I'm going to heal myself.
You might want to do that.
Healing word as my minor action. Okay. I can tally that up in a minute. Okay. So, actually, now I'm bloodied. There's somebody prone on the ground. I don't like them. It might be time for a taste of life.
Okay, you going to bite her?
Taste of life.
Okay, you bite her.
He's
Okay.
tasty.
Well, we'll see. It's against fortitude.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
That is a 19 on the dice. I'm sure it'll hit.
That is what you needed exactly.
Okay. So 1 die 8.
Don't put that in your mouth, Anduriel. You don't know where she's been.
Mm,
6,
It's Joel's blood.
15. 15 points of damage.
all right.
Actually, hold on. I'm doing Blood Drinker at the same time, so I get 1d10
Okay.
additional. So that's 4 additional. And that's that. Yep.
19 points of damage. Okay.
Alrighty. Gain a healing surge.
All right. You have 3
yeah.
surges.
So yeah, he's got blood coming out from his neck where he got hit.
Okay.
He's still kind of reeling from the other hit he took, and he's actually bloodied at that point.
Okay.
Until he heals himself. So he heals himself first, and he kind of shakes out of the bloody kind of stupor, but he's still a vampire. So he looks down. He just says, "I told you, you should be scared of me." And his fangs come out, and he just goes down and bites onto her neck, and just has himself a nice little drink.
Andrea, you bite onto her neck, and you hear a childlike whimper come out of her mouth, and it twinges for a minute, and you feel like you've attacked a child almost, at least in terms of intellect. And she whimpers, and she can't seem to bring herself to respond or in any meaningful way. She freezes with fear for the moment.
Interesting.
And that is your turn. Okay, so minor action, standard, you still have a move. You good?
Do I need to save against anything?
Yes, Gift of Shared Madness. You need to save against that.
Okay.
You're still not sure you're real or a little girl.
Okay. I rolled a 4, but I would like to invoke Memory of 1,000 Lifetimes, and
Okay. You're gonna need to roll a 6. You sure you want to do that?
I can't keep taking the damage on that. How much damage do I take if I miss?
It's not damage. You're just forced to attack anybody who's near you.
No. Then I'm
All
not
right.
going to invoke yet.
So again, you're kind of crazed, Anduriel. Even as you bite into her and drink from her, you're still not sure you're real. And you're also still not sure you're not like a 10-year-old little girl or even partially a doll. It's maddening.
So do I take a melee basic on her?
You would if you were doing another action, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Alrighty, very good. And that is Anduriel's turn. Gizik, it's your turn, my friend. You walk into kind of a mess, Gizik. You catch sight of poor little Sigbella Gable and Bindle Sticks, the she warrior of the Piper, is leaning over her and trying to scare her. But he looks like he's batting out bits of fire on him. And
all right.
And you catch sight of Furine up on that ledge, and Anduriel's attacking. Anduriel's drinking from someone on the ground.
But Gizik can't see Anduriel from where he's at, can he?
Mm-mm.
Not really. Nope. I've got a bunch of big crates in my way.
Anduriel, Gizik, the pile of potatoes and rice and other stuff on your shoulders goes, "Well, I got you here. Now let's see if you can handle this without complete stupidity." And then it goes, and it just falls all over your clothes.
I'm going to miss her.
That's going to stain.
Now it's Gizik's turn.
It's too bad that prestidigitation is a standard action.
Yeah, you're gonna fight while dirty.
Priorities, though.
I kind of brush
you
my
could.
shoulder off. I think that would be
Okay.
acceptable.
So Gizik, Lachlan, apparently you've had some kind of influence. He is very concerned about his appearance now. Well done. The mole disappears.
Hey. There's a difference between not wanting a big blob of mashed potatoes sitting on your shoulder and wanting to look dapper.
It's not on your shoulder. It's smashed all over you now.
I would say that gives him advantage against grappling, though.
And against attracting kittens. They're probably hungry.
As a DM, I will back that.
If you're gonna try, yeah, it'd be like trying to grapple a greased pig, right?
Okay. Gizik, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna move to N13.
M as in mighty.
N is in Nancy,
All right.
but not as in Mancy.
All right, so you're right in front of a big puddle of water and also very close to a chandelier. That's the dotted circle that you see. The chandelier is hanging in the center of the room. Looks like crap. It's cast iron, but there's like half the crystals have been stolen off of it. It's just a wreck.
All right. Well, I think I should be able to. I should be able to bewitch Fiddlesticks from here.
Okay,
It's
go
range
for
10.
it. Go for it.
All right. So versus Will, that's 20 versus Will.
You got him. He falls under your power. Which effect do you choose?
Ooh. I'll give him vulnerability too. Everything hurts just that little bit more.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack him again with Bewitching Slumber.
All right.
Again versus Will. Natural 1. Which means he's slowed and takes...
With a natural 1, does that actually heal him?
No, but it's a daily it's a daily power, so it still does something.
Right, so it does half damage. So
okay,
half of 5 damage.
All right, 2 points of damage.
And
but he's vulnerable, so 4.
Ooh, yes.
So good choice. All right, poor Bindlesticks. You hit him with this wave of magical green energy or whatever color you like. And he seems to just shrug it off, but he still has Sabella's voice in his head, kind of like Madeluella's voice was in Anduriel's head. And so he's like, stupid mortal voices! And he just kind of shakes his head. He's very irritated at this point. And that would be Gizik's turn, unless you're using your action point. Alrighty.
Nope, I'll hold on to that.
All right, it is Luella's turn, and Duriel, you are right next to her.
Real quick, when I used healing words, since I hit her with Divine Juggernaut, she should have taken some charisma modifier damage, so 3 extra points of damage.
All right, very nice. Okay, so Anduriel, you touch your holy symbol, and little stitches of shadow go through your wounds and kind of wash over you and pull your wound together on the back of your neck and dissipates, and the shadow leaks off, and it darts into her like knives, and she's like, and makes that whimpering noise. And Anduriel, then she screams, and she hits you in the side of the head with her doll, Mrs. Doolittle. And she says, Mrs. Doolittle hates you! And bam! She hits you with Mrs. Doolittle. And that is when you see Mrs. Doolittle sprout 4 spider-like mechanical appendages with little butcher knives in the hands.
Nope.
Anduriel, does a 22 hit your reflex?
Yes.
Okay.
How long does the effects of the Leviathan's tooth last? Is she still restrained and prone?
It's till the end of your next turn, right?
It says save ends, but...
Okay. Well, she's on the floor, so she didn't get a 22, she got a 20. Does a 20 hit your reflex?
It does. Okay.
Okay. So Mrs. Doolittle and Duriel crawls onto you and begins stabbing you. You take 11 points of poison and weapon damage, and the doll Anduriel lands in the square next to you. Mrs. Doolittle is now in square 7C.
Looks like the unholy love child of Chucky and Annabelle.
I agree. This thing is
Yeah,
terrifying.
good grief.
Yeah. Mrs.
Is this a
Doolittle.
Halloween episode? Like
Does
late?
her head like spin all the way around as she does it?
No.
I love you. Be my
No.
mommy.
But as the doll stabs into you, Anduriel, with all these little cleavers and the poison enters you, you're like, The doll comes out with this mechanical voice going, I don't love you. I don't love you. And and there it is. And that is Mad Luella's turn. She can't do anything else because you have her pinned by the Leviathan's tooth. So,
So
congratulations.
far, that's worked out great for me.
Okay, now it is poor Bindlestick's turn. Bindlesticks, who is slowed and takes a -3 to all of his friggin' attacks because he can't get Sabella's voice out of his head. What does he want to do? I don't think he
Run
is
away.
having. I don't think he's having a good time. So he is going to use. Where are you, Sabella? See, now he's got to worry about Gizik.
I've got a plan for that.
Okay. Gizik, he is going to move 1, 2, 3,
Do I get an attack of opportunity then?
4 squares. You would if you were adjacent to him. He's 1 square away from you, unfortunately. Gizik, he moves away from Sabella into square 16J around the pool, and he pulls out a flute. He pulls out a very expensive looking flute, and he begins playing a song on the flute, and he is going to use Music of the Maelstrom. And he calls out too, before he starts piping the tune out, he goes, Furine, she has an ogre. You didn't say she'd have a vampire and an ogre. And
I've just collected them.
does a 19
Almost like
hit,
kittens.
does a 19
Yeah.
hit your reflex, Gizik?
Pretty much anything hits my reflex.
Okay, except it's not a 19 because he has a -3. It's only a 16. Does a 16 hit your reflex?
It does.
We need to get you a better reflex. Okay. So
Yeah, my
Reflex.
modifier for dexterity is -1.
all right, Bindlesticks, you take a whopping 11 points of damage, and you are knocked prone, immobilized, and you have to make a swim check every round or begin drowning. He whistles a quick and mournful tune on his pipe, and water begins rushing up from that pool on the ground, and you are caught up in a swirling maelstrom of water, and it's trying to drown you in your square. And that is going to be Bindlestick's turn. That's all he can do. Okay, Morocon, you are not there yet. Sabella, it's your turn.
Sabella is infuriated that not only was she attacked, she was then ignored for another grown-up. And so she skitters up behind Bindlesticks and will do ankle biter. Gonna bite his ankle.
Okay.
15 plus 9 versus AC. I don't know, 20 something.
That is a hit.
24. Yeah,
You got him.
I did. I did a hit. Okay, D8. Oh, I know what this looks like. Found it.
There you go.
6 plus 1, 7. That's plus 7, 14. And the
13
target
points of
pulls
damage.
prone.
Okay. All right,
14. Sorry,
describe how you
reduction.
pull him down. What does it look like?
It is feral. She has apparently learned to be just like a cat in her time away. So she locks onto his ankle with her jaw and just like turns her head and yanks him. And so I'm imagining like the pain of it is so extreme that he just kind of falls backwards.
Okay. All right. So you bite into his ankle. He's piping this tune out, and all of a sudden it makes that new noise that a flute does when somebody blows on it too harshly. It's like and he goes, "Oh, it's biting me. Oh, humans." And then he's like, "Oh." He goes tumbling end over backwards. His red cape, is over his head, and he's he's just an absolute mess. His rapier is kind of flying all over the place. He drops his flute. It's just an absolute mess. And that would be Isabella's turn, unless there's anything else she wants to do with her minor action.
Can she move? No, she already moved.
Yeah, you move to be adjacent to him.
Okay, cool. She'll stay there.
All right, Lachlan, you're not there yet. It is Furine's turn. And Duriel, he is content to chuck that shock room at you again because this is working quite well. And that's not great. And Duriel, that's a 17 versus AC. Does that hit your AC?
I don't have Mad Luella is not bloodied, is she?
Mad Luella is not quite bloodied yet, no.
Okay, then yes, it hits me again.
Oh, she's almost within 1 point. She's 1 point away from being bloodied, my friend.
That's all right.
Okay.
It's not all right, but it is what it is.
I mean, so sorry. Okay, the chakram does 1 die. All right, Anduriel, you take 11 points of damage. It rolls across your shoulder. He hucks it and goes, "Pew!" Rolls across your shoulder and slices across your shoulder, and then comes flying back up into his hand. And he goes, you could run, vampire. I don't see you walking away from this one.
And Duriel's just going to turn up and grin at him with his fangs.
All right, he says, you let me walk away once, vampire, you and your friends. I'm inclined to let you do the same.
We're beyond that now, boy.
Okay. He looks up at you and he just sneers at you. He's like, I'll take your fangs as a trophy. And
try. That
is Furine's turn. Back over the top. Lachlan, you and Morokhan arrive. You guys come through the same window that Gizik came through. You follow Gizik through there. Lachlan, you are in square 13U. Morokhan, you are in square 14U. And Anduriel, it's your turn. Mad Luella is still pinned beneath the Leviathan's tooth. And it's quite the scene you two come upon.
Okay. Well, methinks I'm kind of done with her, and Furine has really irked Anduriel. He looks down at this wretched thing who's whimpering like a...
Gonna have to interrupt you. Sorry, give me 1 second. My power cord has come ajar. 1 moment.
The door is ajar. That's not...
This feels vaguely like, that scene from Community when he comes back in to give them pizza and the room's on fire and like someone's been shot.
It's like,
it feels a lot like that.
I'm glad you're back. I just hit everyone with a critical hit.
What's up?
Pizzas and everything's just bedlam.
Terribly sorry. so sorry. All right, I'm sorry. Anduriel, you were saying.
I was saying I'm going to attack Furine. I'm going to the whimpering mule of a thing at my feet. I don't know.
Okay, Furine is up on that balcony. He would be kind of hard to reach without a distance weapon. You also have Mrs. Doolittle on you trying to stab you.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I forgot about Stabby McGee here. Well, I think I need to attack the Stabby doll. So I'm going to leave the Leviathan's tooth in Mad Luella and use my kukri to attack the doll.
Okay.
Okay, that is 15.
Are you using a power? What are you trying to do?
Weapon of Divine Protection.
Okay.
27.
Okay, that is a hit.
Okay. 1 weapon damage. The kukri, it's dice 6. 8. 15 points of damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use Blade of Nightmares and immobilize the enemy as well.
Okay. Blade of Nightmares has no effect on this construct. It has no thoughts.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
Well,
but that is something that you learned, that this thing has no sentience.
Yeah.
It just appears to be a mechanical device of some way.
Yes. Oh crap. My standard action was attacking, wasn't it? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Still,
Well,
you've got to move in a minor.
No, I'm not going to move. I don't want to go too far from the Leviathan's tooth. So
okay,
that's it.
That's Anduriel. Gizik, it's your turn, my friend.
And I'm on the ground, immobilized and drowning.
You are, in fact, on the ground and immobilized. You need to make a swim check, please, or an athletics check.
All right. 23.
That's more than good enough. Okay. All right, and you will need to save at the end of your turn, but Gizik, you have your full turn.
Not that I can really do much with it from here.
Well, you do have distance magic. You could do something. You could whine like a little princess. I mean, I'm assuming princesses whine. Sibella, do they whine?
I mean, obviously, that's pretty much all she does.
They whine
90% of the turn. All the food.
Yeah.
Whining while dining.
So we have ruled in the past that if I can make somebody attack an enemy, I can make them attack themselves, right?
Yes.
I'm going to attack Bindlestick with aggressive compulsion.
Okay.
Stop hating yourself. Stop hating yourself.
Again versus Will. 18 versus Will.
That's a hit.
Okay.
He's on the ground hitting himself.
I'm going to slide him. So I'm going to slide him up 2 spaces to 14I.
Okay.
He's in the puddle now.
Oh, is he now? Oh, Bindlesticks slips and falls in the puddle.
You 14J.
Is this like something really gross and dirty?
It's nasty, fetid roof rainwater.
Awesome.
With debris in it. So poor Bindlesticks, as if that wasn't. He was already on the floor because she bit him in the ankle. So he was on the floor. You made him get up and walk, and he goes, and slips and falls back into the puddle.
And Sabella is like losing it laughing. She thinks this is fantastic.
Okay.
So he gets to attack himself now with a +4 to the damage roll.
Okay. Well, he will go ahead and attack with his rapier. Oh, what a good hit. Well done, Bindlesticks. Okay. He will take 14 points of damage plus your 4 extra. 18 points of damage. Oh, and he's vulnerable too, so he takes 20 points of damage. Ooh, that makes the math easy. Beautiful. All right, he is definitely bloodied, just so you know. Okay. So he is flailing all over the place, and he reaches down and stabs himself right through the foot. And he goes, oh, Mother Piper's brass buttons. Just horrible, horrible swearing, Vex. Morokhan, it is your turn, my friend. Oh, wait a minute. And then is that correct? Gizik? Oh, no, sorry. It's Luella's turn. Yes, it is. She is still pinned beneath the Leviathan. Actually, did I save for her last round, Anduri? I don't think I did. Okay, she's up. Okay. So Mad Luella gets up off the ground and looks at you, Anduriel, with murder in her eye. And she is going to step back, shift back 1 square, and from a sack, she pulls out a jump rope with like white and red links on it, little plastic, like, or whatever, little wooden jump rope, a skipping rope with 2 handles. And she goes, "You're mean. let's play a game. I want to play a game. And she skips and she goes, ring around the road. Like just standing there, skips. And she goes, ashes, ashes. And she throws the rope and it wraps around your neck and tries to choke you.
Well,
that is a 27 versus reflex.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Anduriel, ooh, you take 20 points of damage and ongoing damage 5 as this enchanted skipping rope tries to choke you into unconsciousness. Anduriel, if you fail a save, you will fall unconscious and the ongoing damage will become 10.
Okay.
And then you will no longer be able to save for yourself. Someone will have to move to rescue you. This thing is going to kill you if you do not. Just so you know. Okay.
Wait. Can I ask about that? Sorry.
Yes, you can ask about that.
Is that a hit?
That's a hit.
Can that trigger What the Heal from Sabella?
Yes, you can use What the Heal.
Cool. I do that.
Okay. So Sabella, what does
so-
that look like?
Sabella hears the Ring a Ring a Rosie song and she sits up thinking that she recognizes it and turns around and sees Anduriel being hit and she cries out, no. And the healing surge is triggered. It looks like a little shimmer in the air.
Okay. So she belts no, Anduriel, and there is a golden shimmer around you. And what does it do? Does it do a surge?
It spends a healing surge +3 and I can take the run action as a free action.
Okay. Do you want to take the run action?
Yep, I'm running out the door.
Okay. Are you running to the double doors?
I am running out from where I saw Gizzet come.
Okay. So what's your speed? The run action means you can run your speed +2.
So she's running toward me and Lachlan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. So it'd be 8 in total.
Yep. So tell me where you end up. And are you going to go through the water or?
No. She'll avoid it.
Okay.
This is hard. Hang on. 2.
The farthest you can get is the square right behind Gizik. It's 13-0.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I was working out. Yep. She ends up there.
All right. 13-0. Sabella runs around the water puddle and right behind you, Gizik. But it's a free action. So good for you.
Yeah.
All right.
And then does Gizzet get my aura of good fortune?
Yes. If he is the one, if you perceive him to be an ally. Yeah.
I've seen him before. Yeah.
Okay. All right. There is water.
That's all it takes.
All around poor Gizik. Yeah, she's seen you one time. And that would be Luella's turn. It is Bindle. Poor Bindle Sticks. He has had such a. Is he still slowed, or is that save ends, Jeffrey, or just till the end of his next turn?
It's save ends.
Okay. So let's see if he saves, and he does not. So does that mean that he is still prone or no, he's just slowed. Okay, there we go. All right, Bindle Sticks is going to stand up in the water. And let's have him make a check. He does successfully stand up. And he really is not enjoying this. What does he want to do? All right. He is really angry at you. He is going to move. Let's see. Okay, so the first thing he does is he stands up and he is going to turn invisible. That's Bindle Sticks' turn. And that's pretty much all that happens. You don't see any movement. You don't hear him go anywhere. He just turns invisible.
But because he's covered in muck, we can still see where he's at.
Nope.
We hear water splashes.
If he was moving through the water, you would see movement in the water. You don't see any. So who knows where he has gone to, but that's his full turn. So it was obviously worth it to him to give up his attack. Morocon, it is now your turn, my friend. You have a higher dexterity than Sabella. Sabella, you will be next.
Okay, so Morocon and Lachlan come busting through, and he just is like,
the window was busted, so you just kind of stepped through a broken window.
Yeah. Right. So, Gizik, what are you doing? Is that Bindle Sticks? Sabella! And he's gonna book it over. He's gonna book it over to Sabella.
Okay.
So
Right.
I think as far as he can get is
P13.
P13.
That's if you want to be next to Sabella. You could be one square further if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, I will move to 014.
All right.
And
there is shattered glass all around you now, just FYI.
Right. I see that. So anyway, so I ran around that, but I run up to Sabella. Out of curiosity, am I still damaged from my fight with the Pain Devil earlier?
No, you would have had time to use healing surges.
Alrighty. Well then.
However, all of the dailies that you used in that fight are gone.
Oh, I'm aware. Okay, so I don't really know what to do because I don't see anybody else because Bindlestick's just left. And so now I'm just I'm in protect Sabella mode because I'm really confused with what's happening. And I am going to activate Blades of Holy Fire.
Okay. You can pick her up if you want with your standard action.
I don't think I'm going to pick her up. I think I'm going to more just act as bodyguard.
Okay. Blades of Holy Fire. Gizik, your claws. Lachlan, your sword explode with fire.
And Sabella, whatever you use to attack. Yeah. So all you guys get an extra...
mouth.
Your mouth starts glowing with holy flame.
Okay. All right. Sabella,
everyone gets an extra 1d6 of fire damage.
Sabella, you burp out a little burp of flame again. You're like, okay. All right. Is that your move and your minor?
That's my movement in minor. I'm going to...
Is Blades of Holy Fire a minor? I don't know.
It is a minor.
All right. You still have your standard.
I'm going to ready an attack for when someone is in range, if Bindlesticks decides to show up right next to anyone, like next to me or wherever. So I'm going to hold my standard action until I can actually see somebody and figure out what's going on. Cause I can't really see anything from this vantage point. Can I? Could I see Anduriel from here?
You can now. Anduriel is thrashing on the floor with some kind of rope that is wrapped around his neck and is choking him. He's pulling away from it like this, but it's choking him to death, and it's quite ugly.
Oh, Anduriel, I can't help you when you're over there. Get over here.
Oh, the dragon's here.
Yes, he is.
You're welcome.
Okay. All right, that's Moral Con. Lachlan, it's your turn, my friend.
What about Sabella?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Sabella's turn. Excuse me. Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's Sabella? What? No, it's fine.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. You're not Lavender. You're not. No.
So Sabella is thrilled to see Moroccan, her favorite dragon friend, and will dart beneath his feet and use underfoot advantage.
Okay.
And so she is concealed until she or Moroccan moves.
All right, she moves into your square, Moroccan, and Sabella is now hiding between your legs, and quite effectively, I might add. You almost can't catch sight of her underneath your little big pants. Your MC Hammer pants.
It's okay. She's my pal, and I'm protecting her.
And then I'll ready ankle biter in case anyone comes close.
Anybody comes close, ankle biter. All right, very good. You could not be more protected with concealment and ankle biter ready. Lachlan, it is your turn, my friend.
All right. If I use forced movement on Anduriel, will it break this stranglehold?
No, not even a little.
Oh, okay.
But if you can use healing word to grant a save, can't you? Or is that not part of the power?
That's not part of the power, but I can do divine metal to give him a save. Let's see.
Are you within range to use divine metal?
No, but I can move.
Are you sure?
Oh, Lachlan can move.
What square is Anduriel in? Isn't he? Is he still in C8?
He is in
He's
square.
in B8.
No, he is in C8. Yeah, he's right in front of the window.
Oh, okay. Okay, so if I take the run action, I will be within range. So I will take the run action to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to be in square M15.
All right, Lachlan moves to square M15.
And then with my minor action, I will use Divine Metal to grant Anduriel a save with +5 bonus. So he runs forward and says, Lady Trueheart, rescue him from the bindings.
Okay. You only need a 5.
I got a 6.
Very nice. Okay,
I
so
was so worried for a second, like, oh crap, I only got a 6.
and then you remembered it's a save with a +5. All right, Lachlan, is that a channel divinity power for you?
Nope, it's one of my utilities.
Cool. All right, so Anduriel, he shouts that prayer out, and a rose-colored light sparks in the middle of this jump rope, and it shines along the entire length of it, and you feel unseen hands pulling the rope off of you, and suddenly you're not the only one who's pulling on the rope. And it's quite amazing as you yank it and chuck it off of you.
Big fan.
And I think I'm going to follow that up with my standard action of Revitalizing Incantation. So Anduriel, you can spend a surge, you regain a surge value of hit points, and you also gain temporary hit points equal to your surge value.
Okay.
Nice.
Lachlan,
So-
was that your action point?
No, that's just my standard
Okay.
action.
Just checking. Sorry, I thought I didn't hear what you said. Thanks.
You just
He
saved him
just
from
kind of
dying.
flourishes his hand, and this swirling rosy glow just kind of falls over him, closes wounds, and then residual rosy energy just kind of clings to him in a shield.
Okay, you do that, and Mad Luella shrieks out, "No fairs! No fairs! My hate clerics!" And yeah, as Anduriel gets covered in rosy light from head to toe. It's just rosalicious.
Rosalicious. Yep.
Okay, very nice, Lachlan. Okay, Furine's turn. Furine looks down at you and just completely and thoroughly irritated, Lachlan. And he drops down. Nah, actually, let's see. How far away are you, Lachlan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, you're too far away, Lachlan. Okay. Furine is going to drop down anyway. Let's make an athletics check. He successfully does. He drops into square 5H. And Anduriel, he is going to charge you with his greatsword and just make a charge attack. And he misses. Wait, actually, I'm sorry. What's your AC, Anduriel? He got an 8. He got an 18. Does that hit your AC?
It does. I have 17.
Unfortunately, that is going to be a hit. Okay. Ooh, you take 18 points of damage as he comes up behind you and slashes you with the greatsword. Furine is
Such
now
a
in
roller
square.
coaster.
Good thing
He
you were
is in-
healed.
He is in 8D.
8D. Oh, I'm so glad he's there. Not because he just hurt me, but
Yeah. Okay, that is Furine's turn. Back or the top. Anduriel, it is your turn.
okay. Cool. The brunt of that attack was taken up in temporary hit points. So thanks, Lachlan.
Very good.
Bros. Anduriel doesn't say, thank you, cleric. All All right, so
All right. Furine stabs you in the back, Anduriel, unabashedly. No sportsmanlike whatsoever. He goes, "Oh, too bad for all that healing."
Anduriel turns, and I'm going to attack him with Taste of Life.
Okay.
It's against Fortitude. That is 17, 25.
You got him.
Okay. I'm going to get Blood Drinker, invoke Blood Drinker as well. So I'm going to add some extra damage. Okay, and then my regular damage. That is 8, 10, 12, 20 points of damage.
Oh, so Anduriel, you turn around and fall upon him after he stabs you.
So he
You spin
stabs
around.
me.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say he stabs me, and most of it was taken up by the temporary hit points. So the rose-colored sheen comes off of me onto his blade. I take a little bit of a hit, and I just turn to him, and I smile again and say, "Oh yes, want you after my fangs for a trophy." And he opens his mouth, and he just turns and vroom, comes down on him and starts drinking his blood.
All right. He kind of panics a little bit and tries to like wedge the greatsword between you, but you shove it into his chest and snack on him anyway. And he's like, ah, and he screams out. And that is Anduriel's turn, unless you're using your action point.
I'm going to use my action point.
Oh,
Alex.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to do Swarm of Shadows.
Oh, mean. What did he do to you?
Okay.
Never mind. Never mind. Been throwing a chakram, stabbed you in the back.
18 plus. So it's an 18. 27.
Yep, you got him. That hits
22.
every defense.
Okay. 3d6. Oh. 26 points of damage.
Oh, he hates that. And you go invisible and teleport where?
I teleport to G8.
All right. Anduriel, he is more than bloodied now with that.
Okay.
And Anduriel, everyone teleports to G8.
They don't know where I'm at, but
You are invisible in the shadows. Okay.
it's okay.
You can't
All right.
teleport closer to me, huh?
Okay. So
No, only
he
3.
he starts shrieking out and swinging the greatsword wildly. Stupid priest! And starts swinging it back and forth, but you are just like, and he's like, ow! And you vanish again, appear on the other side of him. He swings the sword again, and you bite into his arm, and he's like, ah! And he screams out, he's like, Bindlesticks, get him off me! And that is Anduriel's turn. Gizik.
Athletics check.
Yes, sir.
18.
Actually, did we have you save against Music of the Maelstrom?
I don't think you asked for it, but I did roll a 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did not save.
What'd you get on your athletics check, my friend?
18.
All right, you're fine. You are still up. The water around you does not seem to be messing with your movement.
All right.
Jeffrey, you are unfailingly honest with your die rolls. I commend you. Because you know Ryan's lying like a no, I'm just
If he's lying, he's Ryan.
I'm not sure there's much I can do.
Oh, that was so punny. Oh, he came for you, Ryan.
Another saving throw. Even worse.
Has incredible multipliers.
At least I'm doing good on the athletics rolls.
Well, let's see some damage. Hurt someone.
Who can I even reach from here?
Well, no one. You would probably have to move.
And I'm immobilized?
Well, until you save, unfortunately, yes.
Alright, well, I do not save then, and I think my turn's over.
Unless you want to use your you want to use second wind.
Yeah.
Are you damaged?
Yeah, he hurt me for 11.
Well,
We're
it's
all a
not
little
a big
damaged.
hit, but while you have nothing
second
else to do.
wind, yeah, second wind,
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay. So second wind, Gizik, you heal up, and let's have another save. Or did you already save for this round?
I did. I rolled a 2.
That was the fun. Okay, sorry. Technically, for those of you who might be watching, a save at 4th edition occurs at the end of the round, but sometimes we just can't stand the suspense. So we just roll it and see. I can't stand it. I always start the round by rolling my save. That's me. Okay, very good. So that would be the Gizik, and now it is Mad Luella. Mad Luella. What does Mad Luella want to do? You know, I don't think she likes you, Anduriel, because of the biting.
But she can't see Anduriel.
She really can't see Anduriel, and the doll can't see Anduriel either. So, what will she do? All right, Mad Luella is going to take a movement in. She will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 squares into square 11F. So Mad Luella moves into square 11F and pulls out from her little bag a jar of spiders. And Lachlan, she looks at you and she goes, I have a present for you. And she throws the jar of spiders at you. And Lachlan, my friend, does a 28 hit your will? Or excuse me, does a 28 hit your reflex?
No.
Well, I'm going to pretend that you're not Lion Ryan. Oh,
He was very convincing. I was like, dang, Lachlan.
yeah. Poinketh is going to enjoy that too. He's like Lion Ryan. Okay. One die. So Lachlan, unfortunately, you would take 22 points of poison and piercing damage, and you are restrained and blinded as these spiders crawl all over you and bind you up in webs. So she chucks this jar of spiders, and these are not your average spiders. They crawl all over you and bind you up in web. They're either aided by magic or this is some kind of Underdark species. And she giggles and jumps up and down and giggles at you. And there's blood kind of dripping out of the wound where Anduriel bit her. And she goes, fun, fun, fun. Come on, babies. Bite him, bite him, bite him. And that's what she does. And that was Mad Luella's turn. Now it is Bindlesticks' turn. Bindlesticks cannot see you, Anduriel, but he can see Lachlan. Where is he going to go? Bindlesticks appears in square 13E. And Lachlan, he is going to double up on you with Open Death's Door. Lachlan, does a 20 hit your fortitude?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you, my friend, are going to take... You take 12 points of necrotic damage, and you are teleported into the glass shards into square 15Q. Lachlan, you take 8 points of damage as the glass shards cut into your gloves and get under your armor, and you are in a bad way. And so he whips out that little pipe again, or he picked it up off the floor after Sabella made him drop it, and he starts playing a tune, Lachlan, and a black shadowy door opens up behind you, or just kind of a black portal shape of wispy darkness, and you get pulled back into it, almost as though you were hit by kind of a wave. And as you get pulled into it, your flesh begins to age and die and rot. And then you get teleported through that door, and that is where you wind up.
Not good.
And that is Bindlesticks' turn. Morokhan, it is your turn, and then Sabella.
Alrighty, well, there's not a whole lot I can do here. So
Not there, no.
Right.
You can move and charge.
Yeah, it's about all I really can do. So, all right. Sabella, stay back. I
Okay,
got this.
Sabella, I will give you the option of grabbing onto his legs and going with him. You can either stay with him or stay where you are.
She'll stay where she is.
Okay.
Okay, all right. I am going to charge to... F13, just right up into Bindlesticks's face.
Okay. You could reach him or Mad Luella. You have enough movement. It's up to you.
Right. I'm just going to go for Bindlesticks because I don't know what this Mad Luella character is all about.
All
but
right.
I do recognize Bindlesticks.
Yes.
And I want nothing to do with him. So, yeah.
Well, you want something to do with him. You're punching him.
So I charged him. So all I can do is melee basic, right?
Yep.
Okay. Which is a dirty 20.
Okay, that'll hit.
Hooray for that. All right. And that will be... Oh, and Stone Fist as well. Ooh, bad roll. Okay, so it's 11 damage.
Okay, well, it's better than nothing.
Right.
He can't take that too many more times. All right, so Moral Khan, he appears, does the whammy on Lachlan, and you bolt across there and come up, and where do you strike him?
So I'm basically sprinting up and sprinting to him, just Bindlesticks.
No.
Just crack. Just Superman punch this guy.
Okay.
Just
good. You clock him in the jaw, and it hits past and hits him in the chest, and you hear bone crack.
Do I still have my minor?
You do.
All right. Well, do you know what time that is?
Channel Divinity time?
So I put my hand on my chest, on the brand on my chest. Our Lady of Lights, set ablaze all those who stand in your path. And I burst into flames.
Okay. Ooh. So you burst into flaming sunlight, and he's like, no, crack. And then he's like, I can't see. And then he just doesn't look like he's having any fun whatsoever. And that is Moral Khan's turn. Sabella, it is your turn.
Sabella is traumatized. She has seen her favorite dragon friend just burst into flames.
Yeah.
Someone else is covered in spiders, and another one,
webs.
Is covered in blood. And so,
but you have seen me turn into the sun before, so.
Has she?
Oh yeah.
She might have. I'm sorry. Anyways, it's still discomforting. At least she's small. She has 2 kittens to take care of. You know,
there's a lot. There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on, and
it's a lot to take in.
It's a lot to take in, and I feel like, underage person that she is going to call out to the strongest person she knows, which is her god.
Okay.
Morpheus, and she says, "I don't think I can do this alone. I need you to walk with me, please."
Okay. Is that her standard action? She's taking her standard action to pray?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I have no idea.
Is that your channel divinity?
Okay.
I don't have any.
So, well, actually she does, but that's okay. Oh. Sabella just advanced, so she doesn't know everything that she can do yet. But anyway, so Sabella, you hear the voice very calmly whispers into your ear, and it says, "Don't be afraid. You can do this. I wouldn't have chosen you otherwise." And then it says, "And I will answer your prayer." And Sabella, you grow into the size of an adult.
Heck yeah.
Say
okay.
What?
As you grow into the size of an adult, Sabella, 2 daggers materialize in your hands. And a cloak of shining yellow energy sprouts across your back. And you feel you feel like anybody you go up against is going to be really sorry if you hit them with those daggers.
Did you just say Shazam and all of a sudden?
I like to imagine like the like kittens are still under both arms, but now they look so tiny.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah. So
They
all
look
of
like
a sudden,
kitten armpit hair.
you look up. The rest of you, this happens like in a disturbing amount of time. Sabella grows into the size of an adult. She still looks like Sabella, but she is a full-size category larger and now carrying daggers. And Sabella, you have an instinctual knowledge of how to use them. They feel like extensions of your hand.
I am so happy. Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
I say thank you.
Okay. Okay, you still have a move action.
Nobody taught me how to pray. Sorry. Okay, I will follow after Morocon now with my big kid footsteps.
Okay. All right, you want to take the run action to get to Morocon?
Yes, please.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Sabella, make an acrobatics check with a greater advantage to jump over the water.
14, 7, so I'll take the 14.
Okay, you easily
acrobatics.
you easily vault over the water. So I will now go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, Sabella, you wind up
grown-up
in
body.
square 14H. In your grown-up body, and that is your turn. Okay.
Okay.
Rock on. All right,
Sabella
so
is awesome.
Sabella. All right, so let me just double check. You prayed with your minor, and then you ran with the move action. So you haven't used your standard action yet, have you?
Sure. I mean,
you can make a charge attack, but that's the only option available to you, unless you want to throw one of the daggers.
no, I'll charge.
Okay.
The idea of charging to bite someone's ankle is incredibly amusing.
All right. Are you going to charge Bindle Sticks or Mad Luella? Mad Luella is the one that is easiest in your way.
Yeah, I'll go for Manuela.
Okay.
She's the one that wanted the
Mallory.
kitties
The other
anyway.
large child.
Okay. The other
Yeah.
All right. So you wind up in square 11G, Sabella,
Mhm.
and you may make the same attack roll as Ankle Biter, but you get a +5 to the attack roll.
Jeez.
Dang,
So
John,
+5, +9?
Your normal plus to the attack of Ankle Biter +5 more.
So plus 14? Holy crap.
16.
Okay.
I needed that plus.
Okay.
Wow.
That's a 16 versus AC, which unfortunately does not hit Mad Luella.
Are you
So-
sure?
I'm fairly sure, unfortunately.
Okay.
However, you have greater advantage. So did you roll twice?
No, I didn't realize I had advantage on that.
Roll one more time.
Oh, that's a natural 1. So, tell me how I bite myself instead, please.
Okay. So the problem is you're running with these great big adult legs and you get tangled up in your adult legs. Stupid adult legs. Running
Is
up.
she like when a Bambi is first born and they're like,
And you come up and you swing this knife expertly, but you're stumbling on the adult legs. And Luella looks at you and she goes like this. No! And she steps back and that is unfortunately how that happens.
So basically a baby giraffe with daggers.
Yes. Lachlan, it's your turn.
Deadly giraffe. Is he frozen?
All right, I'm gonna.
Are you staring at his head? Why are you thinking he's frozen?
No, he just
And
wasn't
then
moving.
I, that will
Very
allow
still.
me to slide myself 2 squares. I'm gonna slide myself.
Wait, what?
He says,
That's
I'm
what
gonna.
I'm saying. He was frozen.
Yeah,
That's
you
what
were,
I
you
was
were
gonna
right.
say.
saying. Blocked up.
Okay. I
Yeah.
stand correct. I'm sorry, your head was mesmerizing us. I wasn't. You went
No.
like this, and the rest of us were like.
That's what it was.
Okay, we have no idea why you're moving 2 squares. So
I
repeat.
use
Start.
majestic word to heal
Okay.
myself, which will also allow me to slide myself 2 squares in
Okay.
the square 013 next to Gizik.
Alrighty.
Coming to join me on my swim?
Okay.
Well, and then with my move action, I will use virtue to get some temporary hit points, and then well, shoot. I think I can't see.
Yeah, you got a problem, Lachlan.
So I'm going to use my second wind.
Okay. And now you did you say it granted you a saving throw?
No.
Okay, so you need to make a save now.
18.
All right, so you break the spider webs and just whack them off of you, and the spiders go scuttling all over the place, they don't want any part of a conflict, and they go scuttling away.
Well, I'm the paladin who doesn't attack, apparently. That's 2 rounds of
Well, you unfortunately got into a bad way. Okay, it is Furine's turn. Anduriel, he hates you a lot.
Can't see me.
He can't see you. But I can tell you what he does see is he sees that window. And Furine runs out the window.
What a deal.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay, that is such a rip.
Well, he is a mercenary. So Furine takes off out the window running. And he shouts out on the way out. He goes, "Every man for himself!" and runs out the window. And that is Furine's turn. And that brings us to the end of the round, which brings us to the end of the evening, unfortunately. So we will finish.
So much left.
And that is what we will do. So Ben will be right back, but not in time, which is fine. So we're doing a thing for Consider This, where we are sharing our favorite books. And I actually loaned one of my favorite books to Ryan. So Ryan, can you hold up one of my favorite books to show people? Okay, so this book is Vampire of the Mists. For those of us who were Dice Camera Action fans or who love Curse of Strahd, this is the book that spawned Curse of Strahd. It is the first book that he ever appeared in. It's the only really well-written book that he appears in. And the great thing about it is that it is kind of like it's Dracula told in D&D. And I think a lot of people would call it cheap fiction. But Christy Golden, who has written this book, has also been hired and written many Star Wars novels. She's written Star Wars novels. She's written fantasy novels. She wrote another Ravenloft book called, what is it called? Dance of the Dead, I think. And another one, it's behind me. I don't remember quite. It's called The Enemy Within. So she wrote, if I'm remembering correctly, she wrote the Dracula D&D book. She wrote a wonderful like Phantom of the Opera kind of D&D book, and she also wrote a Jekyll and Hyde D&D book kind of thing. And so her writing is fantastic, even if these tales are being retold through a D&D lens. But she's the one who created Strahd, and she is absolutely fantastic. She created him in narrative form anyway. Tracy Hickman created Strahd in the adventure. But if you like Strahd, and if you like D&D, you'll probably really enjoy that book where you get to know him. Now, also in that book is Jander Sunstar, who, if you are watching or you have looked at Descent into Avernus at all, Jander Sunstar is an elven vampire who actually plays a pretty big role in Descent into Avernus. He's tied up with Zariel. So there's even a tie into the adventure that Wizards just put out. And it is, in a way, it is dime store fiction, but I have this to say about that. With this recommendation, I will tell you, Christy Golden is a wonderful writer. She tells the story well, even if the story is, not an original plot necessarily. don't ever let anybody tell you what books to love. That's your call. And I'm an English teacher, and there's this whole idea of the canon, canon, not boom, you know. And there's this whole idea of what books belong in the canon, what books should be taught, what books are worth reading, what books are high art, and what books are. And as an English teacher, my response to that is hooey. If it gets you reading, and if it's a story that you love, then it's a great book. And even if it's not written well, that you're still allowed to love it. And don't ever let anybody tell you what books to read. And that's the consider this, along with my recommendation. So that's what I have to say about that. Hoo-ha. Anything anybody want to add?
Couldn't agree more with the recommendation and the hooey. I think it's great.
Okay. Anyone else?
Yeah, growing up in the 80s and 90s, reading comic books was really shunned, was really frowned upon. And that's what got me into it. And it's awesome stuff. It's especially back in the 80s, those old X-Men comics were really good.
Yeah.
I feel so young right now.
You are.
You are way young, but you know what? I'm sure you've learned how to read, and so
If you go
at
back
least a
and
little
look
bit.
at that last like 5 minutes, you can see me panicking, going, "I don't think I've read a book in the last month. Oh no,
Yeah.
what do I
Well,
say?"
you're in college. You're in college. Your
Maybe.
job is not just you're reading boring things and writing papers. That's not.
Yeah.
But that's our show for the evening. And for those of you who will watch later, thank you very much. For those of you who watched, thank you for joining us, and have a wonderful night. Bye bye. See you next week.
See you guys.
See ya.